we're going to play Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition on PC. We're going to be playing it on Legendary Dark Knight mode. This is actually quite a terrible PC port. So I've been messing about with all the settings, trying to get it to work before the stream loaded. Well, I started streaming. Absolute fucking nightmare. Even now, like, look, I don't know if it's popped up right now, so I'm going to have to watch my stream preview to see what the fuck's going on. We're good, I think. This should do. Right, so this is the special edition of Devil May Cry 4, as you can see, which means we can play as 2 more characters. They're the same campaign, but 2 characters on the same campaign. Now, you can't change, like, profiles in this, which I find weird, so we're going to be playing with an account where I've basically got everything. Although I say everything, as in, like, I've unlocked all the moves. And this is going to jump me straight into where I last left off. So I'm going to go back to the mission menu. I'm going to start the game from beginning. I think there's one cutscene that doesn't play if you've played the game already. We've got 3 campaigns. We've got Nero and Dante, Virgil, Lee and Trish. I haven't actually played as Trish yet because I've only beaten like this so far. Yeah, what I was doing is like going on each level like 1 by 1 with each character until I completed them all. I'm going to start with Nero and Dante first. I'm going to start at the very beginning on Legendary Dark Knight mode. So for those of you that don't know, Legendary Dark Knight mode, I believe, is normal difficulty, so Devil Hunter. Or maybe Son of Sparta. The name of this is shit. It's like not easy, hard, and normal. It's like Human, which is the easiest, Devil Hunter, which I think is like normal, or like just easy, and Son of Sparta, which is probably normal or hard. I don't know. I think Son of Sparta is hard. And then I think there's Dante Must Die, which is like very hard. And then there's Legendary Dark Knight, so the difficulty is normal, and that's in terms of damage you do and damage you get that's received. But I think it's like triple the amount of enemies spawn per map. And it is very, very chaotic and fun. And then we've got 2 other difficulties, which is like Heaven or Hell, where everything dies in 1 hit, you and enemies. And then there's Hell or Hell, where you die in 1 hit, but enemies don't. But I think the difficulty is on easy, so that was like a super, super easy mode. So we're going to start from the beginning. We're going to miss 1 cutscene because it's going to skip the tutorial, but we can go into the library afterwards and see what that was. So, I fucking love Devil May Cry. I think this is a special edition edition. Edition, I love it. Which is a prototype version of Nero's costumes. This is like from concept art. I much prefer what we ended up with. I like the scarf. I much love the cool like trench coat going on. So I'm going to go straight into it. I don't know if it actually skips 2 cutscenes. We'll have to see. No, this is the true first cutscene. But then there's going to be one in the middle of the fight. Going to happen soon, which is missing. So we'll go back to the library and watch that later. Oh, I love this game. You have no idea how much I love this one. This is like the one I've played the most. If I could keep track of how many hours I played this in the original Xbox 360, oh my god, it would be ridiculous amounts of hours played. Weeks, maybe even months. Just, my god. Trying to get every single achievement. One of the achievements is to get S ranking on every single mission, on every difficulty. I didn't get it, but I spent a lot of time trying to get it. Game looks so good. It's old, it's super, super old, but it looks amazing. I think the facial textures, the skin textures look a bit plasticky now. It's aged really well. I'm playing at 1080p, by the way. I can play this at 4K, but I can't play it and stream it in 4K at the same time. I tried actually playing this on like my PC upstairs and streaming it on this PC at 4K. But I guess it still didn't work. I think the processing for 4K is not ready yet, I guess. Because it's a beast of a PC, both my main PC and my stream PC, but both of them can't stream properly. So this is our main character, new main character, Nero. If you want to keep your eye out during this cutscene, you'll see a cameo on 2 occasions. And I actually didn't know there was a cameo here. I missed him all the times I've played this, all the times I've seen this cutscene. I've never noticed the other person here until like literally 2019. I think I watched the 2 best friends play it, Mully and Pat. And they pointed it out. I was like, oh my god, are you fucking serious? Alright, keep an eye out here. Is it here? Keep an eye out on the rooftop. Might be when he starts spinning around. I love this song as well. They play it over the item menu and I think it's really haunting and kind of beautiful. Oh my god, I love this game. I've been playing games that I love recently and I've been really enjoying it. Got Detroit Become Human. Really enjoying Hitman 3. Now we're on this. Right, I think it's now. So as he starts spinning around, keep an eye out on rooftops. There he is! You see him? Did you see? It was Dante, he was looking down, watching the fight. He was here at the very beginning. I can't believe I never fucking noticed this. He was there watching. He was arms crossed. I was certain he might be actually there twice. I feel like there's one where he's like leaning over the ledge to look at you more. But keep an eye out on the... Right, again, we'll get another cameo from him. It's a very strange opening, to be honest. Like, thinking back, it's like the very first time you play it. It does do some decent like visual storytelling. Like, it showed the empty seat there earlier, where she looked over. He wasn't there. And looked up right, there he is. Dante. Well, I guess I'm heading over there now. So, for the marketing for this game, it was very weird. So they're setting it up that Dante was now a villain. For all the trailers, it was Nero, the new good guy, versus Dante, who's turned evil. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But this is a cult, or maybe just a church, hard to tell, where a religion blends into a cult or vice versa. But they worship Sparta. So you would think they would worship Dante. But apparently not, it's just Sparta. You know, sons, forget about them. What have they done? Nero just is so bored. Alright, Nero's 19. I think someone worked that out. So he's the same age as Dante in DMC3. Not shy. I'm listening to My Chemical Romance. But he left a gift. Oh, it's so sweet. These two are dating, and they are stepbrother and sister. Here's with Devil May Cry and incest. It's very weird. The Nero is her adopted brother, and they are totally doing it. And everyone's okay with it. Her brother was the guy that was looking over earlier. And he's like, oh, really? That emo's banging my sister, and he's also my stepbrother. That's...
What's wrong?
She's weird.
But it's not over yet.
All this preaching's putting me to sleep.
Yeah, so he doesn't like the church. Boring. His arm starts to glow. Dante makes a crash entrance, crashing through the ceiling, landing in front of the Pope. Oh my god, you're like the Christ figure of our religion. Like, do you want to hang around? Oh, that's not. Just fucking shoots an old man in front of a church full of civilians. Just fucking shoots him in the head. Even when we learn the reason why he does this, it's not a good reason, and he's covered in blood now. And of course everyone's starts freaking out. All the trailers are leading me to believe that Dante's turned evil. He just shot an old man in the head. And it looks so ominous. Nero just doesn't give a shit. You see that? Oh, he's killed the Pope, whatever. My arm is tingling. You get some cool ass cutscenes of Dante murdering civilians and humans. Fucking brutally as well. Got the necklace. There's some frame skips happening here and then, but I think overall it's not bad. And it's just because I'm streaming on the same PC. Oh yeah, what are you going to do with a bullet wound? Look at this! Oh, fucking used him as a hammer! Jesus Christ, Dante. These are just people, you don't need to be stylish. He's like playing with them as well. It's okay, we'll cure that bullet wound. We have healing potions. It's Johnny Young Bosch. We'll fucking love him. Does a really good job as Nero. Kyrie was going after her brother, but she's got in the way of Dante, who doesn't really seem like notice her. But Nero puts himself in the way. Just gets a boot to the face. We got some really cool cutscenes here. All the cutscenes in DMC4 I fucking love. Like in DMC3 I thought were really badass as well. Turned up to 11 for DMC4.
Go with your brother and get out of here. I will return with help. You stall him until then.
I will return with more cannon fodder. More people for him to kill. We will slow him down. Eventually he'll get tired.
Hold my breath.
Oh, but you're gonna listen to that and be badass. There we go. Oh, you can just sit and watch this all day. All of this move as well. Look at fucking this all in midair, just doing a grapple. He's going for his sword. I love this, like knocks him down. I'm just going to be gushing over everything in this game. I fucking love it. And I love this move as well. Just destroy the statue, push him down. Dante just runs up as well. Fuck! So good, it's so hype. Jesus Christ, man, I love this game. Oh. Oh, fucking hell. I don't know what he means by that line. Like, Dante's just holding back. So if you start a new game, you would have a tutorial there. But because we've played this before, we don't have that, so we miss out on a cutscene and the tutorial as well. But I know everything in this game. We've got all of the abilities. For Nero, I think the only character we won't have them for is Trish, but then I can just unlock them all. Let's just quickly go through all of the abilities in the game. So default combo, well that's not the default combo, but it's just one of the combos. I love that move. You just slam down on the ground continuously. The more you press it, the more you do it. You can also charge up your attacks, which we'll see later, and make it even more devastating. That move's very good. A lot of hits, a lot of damage. All of Nero's attacks are like large, sweeping swings with the sword. So we'll see with Dante later, he's more of a focus on one person at a time, while Nero, all of Nero's attacks seem to go for multiple demons at once. This move is very good. It's basically like a triple jump. So in midair, you spin your swords around, and you get a little bit of height on that one as well. Exceed, so he's got a motorbike handle on his sword, which you can charge up to do more damage and power up your attacks. You can level up to rank 3. And each rank changes the animations of the attack, adds more attacks to the attack, and does more damage overall, and just looks very fucking cool. Streak, that is his stinger. Streak 2, stinger, but even further. Split, that is just hammered down. Caliber, so that is like a horizontal jump, horizontal stinger in the air. Very useful for some bosses later on. Shuffle, that is like a counter attack. So you see him, he like dodges backwards and then comes back forwards with an attack. That'll send enemies fucking flying. Very cool. Blue Rose, not a lot here. The most important, well, there's only really one thing it can do, and that is charge shot. So I've actually swapped this around in my controller, but I hold down the right trigger. By default it's the X or square. And then your arm goes through 3 stages of light. So when it gets to the red, you let go and it does a shit ton of damage. But then it blows up again in like a few seconds and does even more damage. That is really, really powerful. It also has like high stagger damage. So we'll see some enemies have some stagger resistance, and even like bosses. But there's a high stagger damage. It's very, very good. Devilbringer, so we should unlock this later on, but we can just drag enemies towards ourselves. So a lot of Nero's attacks will send enemies flying away from him, so you use that to grab them and pull them straight back to you again. Yamato, so again, we should have got this later on. We've got Devil Trigger. Yeah, I feel bad about kind of like spoiling this, but it doesn't have the ability for you to have different saves. It's all one save onto your profile. I don't even know if you can reset it. I mean, it's all cloud-based nowadays. I'd have to like wipe my Steam cloud save and then maybe then, but I don't want to do it all because I've spent a lot of time getting all the abilities in this. Maximum bet. That one you can actually charge up. He doesn't do that in the... Oh, he does do it there. Yeah, you can charge it up and fire like an X slash. If you do it very quick, then it goes by very fast but does very little damage. Or it does a lot of damage. It's just less damage than the slow version. Showdown to this is like a full automatic combo. There's a shit ton of damage. Looks very cool. Very badass. And just abilities. So table hopper. So it's like a dodge. So if you time your dodge perfectly, then you can like do this like dash ability. I think you get iframes through all of that. So it's very good. Speed. So that's where you just start sprinting after a certain amount of time. And the special edition, they reduce the amount of time it takes for you to sprint. In the original, I think it was like 5 seconds before you started sprinting, but now it's like less than 1. It is very, very good. Max act. So you can press the left trigger after an attack, and if you time it perfectly, you can get all 3 like boost gauges on your sword. And you can also do it during a combo as well. Get more orbs, just get more orbs. Enemy step, jump on enemies to move around. Hike, you have a magical jumping. And I think that is everything we have for Nero. We still have his default combo, which it didn't show. That's his default combo. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. If you hold that last attack as well, you charge it up. Well, not hold it, if you time it like does it even show you? That one, yeah. It does like a small shockwave as well. Default aerial combo. On high roller, done that one. High roller we haven't seen, that is his up attack. So that's one where you can swipe upwards. If you hold it, you go up with them as well. I love these demonstrations I put in. Much better than DMC3, like, were they still pictures? No, I don't think it were still pictures, were they? But these are much better. It even shows the XE version of it when you've charged up your sword. Streak, we've seen streak, split, double down. Yeah, so instead of just like slamming the sword on the ground like that, instead of like it pierces it into the ground. I think that does some slight AoE damage as well. Caliber was seen, Excalibur, shuffle, X shuffle, yeah. I don't think there's anything there either for the gun, Devilbringer, Buster. So this is Nero's main mechanic. What separates him from all the other characters is that he can grab enemies and do a move, and this move will change animation and damage depending on the enemy and if you devil trigger or not. So if you devil trigger, the animation will be more brutal and do way more damage. Like that. It's so good. Now balance, yeah, so we use that to get around the map at some points. Hold. You need that for, well, you don't need it, but it'll make one of these special missions very useful. You can grab an enemy and hold them in the air to use them as a meat shield. And Yamato, so double trigger, summon swords, just like Virgil. Although his summon swords look different, these are like curved daggers. Maximum bet and showdown, we've seen those. Anything else on the abilities? Side roll, so Neo can just dodge to the side. I think Dante could do that in all the previous games. Kick jump, yep, speed, rainbow. Oh, I love that. So that's the move we did during the cutscene. Oh, and even in the fucking demonstration, he's doing it to Dante. I love that touch. Oh, that's so good. But yeah, if you're sprinting and you press the taunt button, you do a dive kick. Oh, it's so good. That's it. So let's actually play the game now. Items I don't care about. I've got a shit ton of money. I've just been buying everything. So we're going to start off with... We don't actually have all the blue orbs, which is interesting. But we're going to go through and get all the blue orbs, or where they should be at least. Because I've already collected them on this one. Here we go, fight off the mysterious assassin. We've got a boss fight with Dante for the very first thing. So he's going to take it easy on us. Got a little cutscene when we grab him. If we're going to go for S rank, you need to collect all the red orbs as well, so we've got to destroy these. So Dante is a cool boss fight. He also is very annoying as well, so he's got a lot of input reading. His actual moves, abilities, the weapons he uses, his tactics all change depending on the difficulty you're playing on. So we're on normal, so no, we're on Legendary Dark Knight. So we're on normal, technically. Oh, So he's actually very, very I guess tame is the word I'm looking for. I'm trying to taunt. But he has input reading, which annoys the shit out of me. So he has some perfect counter attack for some of his moves, which we'll see later on. He's fucking taunting me. A bitch, come on. Counters your gun attack. Very good at dodging. Oh, he got me. I wanted to get that with no damage. We're just fucking staring at each other. Whenever he gets knocked down, he does that animation every single time. It makes it kind of annoying as well because I think he gets iframes on it like that. Got him. In midair as well. We're gonna have to go back and watch the cutscene. I'll do it after this mission actually, so it makes a bit more sense. But Nero's got his arm out, and we're just gonna beat the fuck out of Dante. I think we missed 2 cutscenes there. I think we have, yeah. They're just fucking wailing on him. Like steam's coming off him now. Dante's devil triggering because he's getting actually pissed off. And Nero pins him into the statue with his own sword, which is a staple of the series, but he's pinned him into the statue of his father for a bit of irony.
Getting better.
Oh, you actually talk.
I would even go as far as to say that I underestimated your...
Got some trivia about the voice actor behind this. But get ready for the dumbest line in all of Devil May Cry.
You aren't human, are you?
No, I had a lung removed, so this doesn't actually hurt me. Yeah, fucking moron. Did you not see him devil trigger when he was punching him in the face? Maybe he was blind with rage.
And them.
Oh, so it turns out the people Dante was murdering were actually demons.
Though I suspect you carry something different from the others.
What are you talking about?
Your hair's white. We might be related.
But business beckons.
Hey!
Adios, kid.
Well, I think they had pretty much dropped the fact that Dante, well, it stopped the attempt to make Dante seem like a villain almost immediately. It turns out, oh, you know, the people I were killing were demons. And he's still got his, like, cocky attitude. But they dropped that almost fucking immediately, which is just hilarious to me. I'm gonna go back to the main mission menu and watch those 2 cutscenes. So, Story Theatre. Nero, no, there we go. In the prologue, opening Guns and Swords. Here we go. These were played during the tutorial. Nero actually fucking reloads, which I think is the only reload in all of Devil May Cry. And his gun's fucking massive, and it wouldn't actually work with that barrel. But whatever. Until he's playing with him.
This doesn't quite cut it.
Yeah, my sword's got a motorbike handle.
Packing a sword like that if you aren't even gonna use it.
Yeah, so during the tutorial you only use guns for the first part, and then it plays this cutscene to move you into the sword tutorial. Then we've got Devilbringer, so this is where his arm gets revealed. Dante goes in for the killing blow, but luckily Nero had a trick.
You got a trick up your sleeve.
That's Dante's first line.
The cat had your tongue.
Because he was actually trying to stay quiet before for some reason. So Nero's got a demon arm, as we've seen already.
Looks like you two are.
A demon. He throws the sword at him. Oh, it's so good. And there's another cutscene we're missing as well. I think that will lead us on to the Devilbringer tutorial, I imagine. There's this one as well, I think. Yeah, there is. God damn, there were so many missing cutscenes. So I think this would lead you on to the actual mission and actual fight with Dante. I actually think he is the hardest boss fight in the game on Dante Must Die.
So, you're looking to play, huh? Alright, I guess I got some time to kill.
Ruben Langdon is so good.
Tough guy, huh?
Dante slid into the seat. It's anime as fuck, but it's so good. Nero's on a bigger chair. I'm on the chair of chairs.
Whatever you say, kid.
There we go, and then it will go into the actual fight. So, yeah, my trivia for this is that, right? So, they were actually going to recast Dante. They were going to go into talks of getting somebody else to voice Dante for DMC4. But they went back to Ruben Langdon, who did the voice of DMC3 Dante. And they were like, Ruben, so in DMC4, it's going to be like... it's going to be a lot of time's going to have passed since DMC3. We want Dante to, you know, be like in his 30s. So do you think he can do a guy in his 30s voice? And Ruben was like, I'm 30. Like, yes, I think I can do that. I'll give it a go. And then obviously we've kept him on. He is so good. He's such a good Dante. But then let's actually begin this now. Let's actually see Legendary Dark Knight with a shit ton of enemies. But we get to some more cutscenes. So, like I said, in all the trailers, they've tried pinning Dante as a bad guy now, even on the game box art. Nero versus Dante. But yeah, they're pretty much ruined that. You ruined that immediately. This was a holy side Nero. I like this as well. So Kira is carrying a case. It's actually Nero's sword, so I don't know if Nero's sword is just fucking heavy, or maybe it's just the case itself. She yearns for your touch. The sexual tension between stepbrother and sister is getting too hard. So he's trying to hide his arm from everybody. He's trying to keep it a secret, which is why it was in a cast and in a glove at the start of the game. But now he's just like pulled his sleeve over it. His fingers are poking out, but the glow as well. His fingers are like LEDs. It's like a gaming computer on his hand, and like nobody notices. Nero still goes for the necklace that Nero got her. She likes it.
Fortuna Castle, huh?
That's what the witnesses said.
Guy just came from hell. He's gotta hit up a couple tourist sites.
Just so lightly in a time of crisis?
The Nero is a lot like Dante. Both in appearance and personality, but there are some key differences. Because that was one of the complaints people had about DMC4.
I'll get it done.
Like, that one was like, Nero's just never Dante. It is not. It, like, personality-wise, is very different. He's cocky. Is much more human. He's much more emotional, which I think is a big plus to him. Like Dante, when he's fighting, Dante's just having a good time. He's enjoying it. Nero gets angry. He uses his anger in a fight to be more powerful. We'll actually see, like, Nero has, like, you know, normal human emotions. Whereas Dante does not seem human. Look, trying to hide his arm. I think Credo actually knows he has the arm. He's been training Nero behind the scenes. I think in the graphic novel or book. There's so much I can talk about this game. The demons are now attacking. Everybody in the city wears a hood. I think it's just so they don't have to, you know, make a face model. Like, everyone's got the same face. And you can just repeat the same model over and over again, but that's fine. So the development on this game was actually kind of hell. It's actually unfinished, which, you know, when I first played it, I didn't even tell. Nowadays, looking back on it, is very obvious that the game's only half done. We'll see later on. Like, we spend half the game as Nero and then half as Dante. And Dante's missions are basically just going through Nero's missions just backwards, which is, you know, they ran out of time, ran out of money. I think it was actually more like they wanted the game out now, but it's like nowhere near done, so they just had to get everything, just did what they could, and I think they did a really good job. There's a few padding mechanics that I really fucking hate. Oh, John Bosch is so good. My favourite voice actor.
Not so fast.
Everybody's gone, he's going to get his arm out to beat them up. Bring down the gate. That's not going to stop him. Fucking bouncing him around. Oh, it's so cool. Fuck yeah. That's just, oh my god. I wish we could do this move. If it was Devil May Cry 3, you could do this. Where you like fucking stick your sword in them and use them as a like a board.
This baby sure can pack a punch.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I've got so much to say, I don't know where to begin.